I think what we have at the moment is an identity crisis in the church.
I'm a cradled over pseudo Catholic, received all the sacraments, and went to a so-called Catholic primary and high school, and still felt very alone and empty. Being Catholic seemed like what old people did. I went on to become a primary school teacher and teaching in both public and the Catholic schools.
I worked in a secular environment where their values were also very secular, and I had to learn very quickly how to defend myself. It was quite confronting as a young 17 or 18-year-old doing that.
I certainly feel very blessed for the way that I was brought up. I was taught the faith as a young person, primarily through my parents first and foremost.
From a teacher's perspective, I can see many educators in the Catholic systemic schools have been poorly formed and are ignorant about the Catholic faith.
Many Catholics, often through no fault of their own, don't know the faith.
I feel that the current situation with our youth at the moment is that our youth groups are primarily centred upon friendships, and it very heavily involves an emotional relationship with God. We'll watch movies, we'll have music which is engaging, which has in the back of our mind, it's got the message of Jesus Christ, but it doesn't teach them what the Catechism teaches on that topic. It doesn't teach them what the Bible teaches on that topic. So I just feel that they're not covering enough of the important topics which our youth are facing in today's society.
Now, I think one of the important things to remember here is that young people don't want a watered down or simplified faith. We want and need to be formed properly in the Catechism of the Catholic Church.
How do you teach someone to be Catholic if they already think they are?
In today's society, the average age of the person who looks at pornography, I think in boys it's around about 13 years of age. So what are we doing to stop this? How are we equipping young men and women as well, if that's the case? How are we equipping them to deal with these challenging secular issues in a world that pushes sexuality, in a world that pushes secularism? How are we stopping our youth from engaging in that secular culture?
Look, I think what we need now is not more innovation or some special program, but a return to an authentic living of the Catholic faith. The Catholic Church already possesses everything that we need to lead a Catholic restoration. We have 2,000 years of Catholic heritage and culture.
And get good Orthodox priests and sisters to give explicit workshops on how to pray well. There are so many teachers who don't even know how to pray the Rosary.
The Rosary and adoration need to be a massive part of a youth group, and it should be done on every occasion. It shouldn't be once a month. It should be, these are the things that our church values.
After being invited along to the Christus Rex pilgrimage and witnessing the final high sun Latin Mass in Bendigo, my eyes were opened to the true beauty of the Eucharist. I felt for the very first time in my spiritual life, I was home.
Ultimately, the source and summit of our faith is the liturgy. So we really need to have true liturgy rooted in the traditions of the Holy Catholic Church.
For young people to really understand their faith and to believe in what they do, they need to become passionate and engaged in what they do and see the real beauty of Catholicism for what it is. The famous saying, it's maybe chastity, but if you don't stand for something, then you'll fall for everything. And that's the current issue we're facing in Catholicism, is that if you don't have the sound knowledge and understanding of your faith, then you'll get out into the world and instantly you'll be washed away by secularism. You'll be washed away by friends who may also be Catholic but don't also have that formation that we really need to have.
So look, I'm very pleased that the bishops have called for the contributions of the lay people. I think it's very important to listen to them. Those people, what they've been experiencing over the last decade and longer. So I really think we need from our bishops and our priests a call to prayer, penance and self-sacrifice. This is what Our Lady of Fatima called for once again over a century ago, and I think it's a very important place to start any Catholic restoration.
The youth are the future of society, and for us to make sure that we go to important places that we get ourselves into Parliament. We need to now consider how can we form our youth so that in the future we're where we need to be. We need to be proactive rather than reactive.
Dear Bishops, thank you for asking our opinion. We do appreciate it very much, and please consider them prayerfully.